everyone. And good morning, Rolland. Nice to meet you, even if virtually. I loved your speech this morning, Rolland. Your title, Inspire Before You Expire. Wonderful title. First thing I'd like to say, great job storytelling. You had me engaged in your story. You were telling us of your journey here to America, and you certainly brought us into that journey. And then even your experience here in America of working in education. So that was definitely great storytelling. And one thing that I enjoyed about your story and your speech is how you incorporated your title into your speech. It was just great use of your title and a great title. So when you were in the midst of sharing about your story, and I'm listening to you share your accomplishments of becoming an assistant superintendent and the things that you had achieved up until the point that you arrived here in America, but then you had this life-changing experience. And on this life-changing experience, you now basically recognize that you hadn't lived up to your full potential. And so here you've already inspired me by the fact that you shared such, you had already accomplished so much in your story and in your journey, but you recognize there was more that you could have still within you to accomplish. And that certainly inspired me. And in addition to that, I could sense your passion in what you shared when you talked about even why you joined Toastmasters. So that was great to hear. You shared with us why you came here, and that was something that I could tell when you talked about it, how passionate that you were. When you even mentioned that you came because you wanted to become a capable public speaker. And this was a fight that you were determined to win, and an appointment with destiny that you shall surely keep. What great usage of your words. We can tell that you're an educator, and I could sense that passion. So you have already started that journey of inspiring us before you expire. One thing I would like to say that I would recommend you work on is your eye contact. I noticed that you were reading from your script, and since it is your story, it's a story you're familiar with. So maybe having bullet points would have been a great way of just engaging your audience and keeping your eye on your camera and just using those bullet points to remember the key things you wanted to talk about. And then another thing, being mindful of your hands. At one point it looked like your hands were in front of your mouth, so just keeping that in mind. But as I mentioned, great first speech. I'm excited to hear more of your speeches to come because you are already an inspiration. That's one thing I'd like to recognize about you, Rolland. So thank you. We're excited to have you.
Thank you, Aleesha. Wonderful evaluation. We'll go to our next evaluator, and that will be Eleanor, who will be evaluating Susie's speech. Please help me welcome Eleanor.